Hey everybody, how you doing today? Hopefully your week has been well, and I want to give you a couple words of encouragement to help you push through and persevere throughout the remainder of the week and end on a good note. And this is my Motivational Minute. I do have this YouTube channel that is underneath my name, Aaron Lassiter, and I would like for you all to like, share, subscribe, hit the notifications, and comment on the post because I want to be able to influence everyone and allow us to reach our true levels in life. Now here's the quote. Peace begins from within. If you are not peaceful inside, the world you see will be chaotic. So this year, this time of year, there's a lot of up and down emotions. I'll say that. For me, I'm in a good headspace. I'm pretty solid. I got my plans in place. The end of the year is gonna go well like I expect it to. But for others, you may have a little bit of sadness, frustration, anxiety, anger, depression. You may have some of these things happening. And just because, say you wanted to get a particular gift for someone, or you may not know if you're going to get the exact thing that you asked for, or just the rat race, right? The running around. The fact that it feels like a whole lot of pressure, right? What I want you to do is I want you to sit back, I want you to relax. I want you to take a deep breath. Most importantly, I want you to understand that keep your inner peace. Because what you have right here and right here should be peaceful. And those two things can actually alternate the universe that's around you. When you walk into a room, you should be the change agent. Whether whatever's happening in that room, I'm not saying take all the attention away, but what I am saying is make sure that people have a certain smile, a certain attitude. When you walk in a room, you don't want to take command of it, but you want it to shift a little bit because you want it to be joyous and loving and everything else. Even if it was say it was a good environment, right? You want to amplify that though. So you want to make sure that you are always in positions where you can do that. And the part of the way that you do that is by having inner peace in your heart and inner peace in your mind. Because if you have a little bit of chaos and the stresses of, okay, well, look, I meant to run out to go get this gift. I had to go get that gift. Oh, well, I got to invite this, that, and the third. I got to drive from here to there. I got to do this. I got to do that. That can cause a little chaos around you. Take it easy. Fall back a little bit. Do that breath, right? Breathe in. Breathe out. Because the big thing is, you don't need chaos this time of year. Again, this time of year should be spent with people with whom you admire and you enjoy, loved ones, family members, friends, whatever have you. But this should be a joyous of occasions because we are celebrating the holiday season. We're wrapping up the end of the year, and we're moving towards a new year in the upcoming days. And what I want you to understand is have that inner peace. Because when you have that inner peace, you won't be running around mad and frustrated and you just don't know what's the next move is going to be. You need to have a better understanding of what you want to do and where you want to go. How you want to be able to treat others when you're in a situation where you just always are thinking in a chaotic environment. Get yourself out of that. Get out of that chaos. And some of the way you do that is having that inner peace. No, life sometimes it hits us all. But we don't have to hold on to those things. You let some things go. Let go of that anger, that frustration, that depression, that sadness, that anxiety, that I wanted to do this, but I'm not able to. Sometimes you have to just let it go and just understand that moving forward, you'll be able to handle do these things. You'll be able to handle all the business that you need to. So remember, the chaos that you may have within, you'll see it on the out. So you need to do something to change your mind, and change your heart. You need to make sure that you are handling things in the proper way. Again, one thing I like to do is I like to do hobbies or maybe listen to something enjoyable that I like to do, so it resets my mind. It allows me to not focus in on the negative, not focus in on the stressors of life, because life does have a chance of having stressors, having obstacles. We all go through things in life, and I do understand that fully. I go through things every day. But what I do is I still try to make sure I have that inner peace, so that way my countenance around me is still peaceful. My countenance around me is still loving. My countenance around me is still joy. Sometimes you have to force the joy out. So again, it could be chaos all around, but make sure you have your inner peace. Your inner peace is what's going to take the chaos around you and move it towards a different area, because that's what you really want. You don't want to walk around and cloudiness in your mind and chaos in your heart, and then every room that you go into may have a little bit of chaos in there, and it just amplifies the chaos. And there's no need to do that, especially this time of year. You may have time off with friends and family. You may have time off of work. You may have time off of some responsibilities. And I want you to know that you must not allow the stressors in your mind and in your heart determine everything that's going to be around you. You have to understand that you must do something, have a hobby, figure out what it is that you enjoy, and do those things, so that way you can just calm yourself down. Now again, you don't want to do something that's going to be a detriment to others. You want to do something where it's going to be beneficial for yourself, so that way you can be a better self for the people in the atmosphere around you. So make sure that you understand that, and let's move forward. This right here is my motivational minute. And again, I would like for you all to like, share, subscribe, and comment. And today is Christmas Eve. We want to make sure that we're moving forward with our opportunities and moving forward with the holidays and everything that's all coming up and everything that has just passed. But again, make sure that we keep the inner peace in your heart and the inner peace in your mind, so that way the countenance around you will be peaceful and not chaotic. The less chaos, the better the person, the better you are to yourself, the better you are for everybody else. Create those atmospheres where you can grow and you can be you, and you have less chaos and less stressors in life. Let's move forward this week. And again, happy holidays. I'll see you next week.